Tonight, it is promise after promise as President Ruto tours Nairobi. Then, ODM grabs key parliamentary leadership positions. And finally, no math, no worth. This is the Nakala report. Welcome, folks. Welcome to the Nakala report. Asante sana. Thank you. Welcome. I'm your host, Nakala. And today, we don't have our introductory segment, so we are going to go right into monologue. And joining me, as always, is my co-host and partner in crime, Mr. Nick. Nick, karibu sana bwana.
Asante.
Naona mvua imekuja, umeanza kupanda?
Bana, Nairobi watu wanapanda?
Hata sukuma una?
Hapana. Sasa shamba ndio hapa. Not a grabber. Najua Nairobi kuna malan grabbers. Mimi sijapata nafasi ya kugrab na
hapo tu kwa nyumba yako. Hapo kwa nyumba tu unaweka kwa mtungi hivi. So part of the reason why tunafanya nini segment ni kwamba hii story ya Chapo imekuwa nini sana mpaka
mpaka nimeona majina zingine hapa
the memes, the memes. Is it memes or memes?
Memes.
Yeah. You know, I prefer calling it meme.
Vile inaandikwa.
Yeah, I remember the Kiharu MP, Mr. Ndini Nyoro, ama Honorable Ndini Nyoro, normally say, we are Africans and Africa is our business.
Yeah.
Kwa hivyo, to me is meme. Okay. What do you call chapati in English?
Remind me. I only know it in Indian. Roti.
Yes, it's called tortilla.
Tortilla. Oh, okay.
And then what about omena?
Sardines?
Hey, umetwenga hapo sardines. Yo nafaa upande ndege ende na Yes, and what's the other thing also? Ugali?
You said it's cornmeal.
Cornmeal, yes, cornmeal. But I ita later how kusema cornmeal, sijui sardines, sijui nini.
Ita kitu ile iko
omena, ugali, chapati.
Yeah.
Mambo kuisha ya.
Na majina iko fani hata chapati pia shapatiwa El Chapo.
El Chapo ni mtu sio tu. Anyway, so let's dive into it. We have a lot to do, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so what do we have? Yes. President William Ruto has time and again found himself on the receiving end due to many unfulfilled promises he has been making to Kenyans. Yep. And last week was no exception. And either by design or default, the president yet again found himself in the mix of it all. This was after he promised to source for or buy a chapati making machine. Yeah, a chapati making machine. And according to him, the machine will be able to provide Nairobi County students with up to, get this, 1 million chapatis daily. And of course, that was going to be under Governor Johnson Sakaja's Dish in a County feeding program. But, and I mean a big but. I mean but, not the other one, okay? I mean but. But the president is not entirely new in this promise-making territory. That's right, folks. This has become more than just an activity he has been engaged in. In fact, this has been true even before he ran for and became the President of the Republic of Kenya. I mean, who else can forget the promise by then Deputy President and UDA's presidential candidate, William Ruto, to provide 3 months supply of free diapers to all new mothers in the Republic. Then again came another pre-election promise to connect every home, school, and every market in Kenya with internet. And according to the then candidate, this will have enabled free phone calls and to an extent ease and broaden the way of doing business, especially through e-commerce. And well, it did not just stop there. After his election and inauguration, the president pressed on with making promises. And believe you me, international audiences weren't spared either in the long list of bits and pieces of Ruto's promises. In fact, during the United Nations Environmental Assembly, also known as UNEA 6 conference, the president baffled and amused the conference attendees at the conference, which was held on February 28th in Nairobi, Kenya. And in that meeting, President Ruto cracked world leaders and other dignitaries when he invited them, to experience some wild wonders ranging from baboons' parliamentary meetings to swimming lions. Swimming lions, swimming lions. It's a true story, Bwana, true story. And it's actually even documented. And to quote the president, Ruto actually said this: if you thought it is only humans who elect members of parliament and have a legislative body, I invite you to go to Naivasha and you'll find a phenomenon called the baboon parliament, where baboons meet regularly and in a particular place and at a particular time, and they discuss their legislative issues. And then the president added or continued, this is what he said: and if you have a bit more time, please travel to Lamu and you'll have an opportunity to watch swimming lions. Yes, swimming lions. Nick, hizi promises bana, some of them sound ridiculous. Kama swimming lions and
but Nick, temperatures in Lamu allow any creature to swim. Have you been to Lamu?
Unfortunately not.
It's hot. So any animal is allowed to swim.
They swim.
Yeah.
Can't the lions drown when they swim?
No. They can't drown. Ukienda swimming pool, so unajua una swim pali unatoshania.
Sasa wacha nikuulize.
Hautaenda deep sea.
Wacha nikuulize. Sasa watalii wakienda pale ndio lions wataanza kuswim ama how does it work? Ama wanaambiwa wana swim?
No, when they feel heat, they jump into the swimming pools and swim in the waters and swim.
All right, so what about the promises of about free diapers?
Okay. Let me talk about diapers. Let's talk about the stadiums first. The then deputy president, during their campaign for Jubilee, he promised 10 stadiums.
Yes.
So far, the only stadium that I've seen being built today is the one Talanta Stadium along Ngong Road.
So 9 to go.
But as for the rest, nothing. Yeah. He promised to scrap off NHIF. Whatever he has brought us here is somebody's investment, not a government thing. If you can see, Shah has a public outcry.
But they denied that, even though Auditor General gave a contrary report to what they denied.
Yeah, Shah is not a government parastatal. No.
So who should we listen to? The Auditor General or the government?
Of course, the Auditor General.
Why?
Actually, the Auditor General is part of the watchdog. Tunarely kwake. Yeah.
Kwa hiyo hii kitu ya Shah ni kitu yenye
Shah ni kelele za jaba.
But to be fair to the president, he's done quite a lot actually, no? He's brought down the dollar from 169 to now around 129.
128.
Around 128. But then again, you'll find that before he got in, the dollar was around 120 or 119.
Yeah.
So hapo kuna ka kizungumkuti. Then again, the fuel prices. Remember when he got in?
Well, just the other day I saw that the government of Kenya paid the Eurobond debt.
Oh yeah. But that's a good one. That's a good one. I was forgetting.
So actually, the president, if that is true, that is no. Sometimes
why are you doubting it?
Tunaambiwaga imefanyika na haijafanyika. I saw a certificate, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the president, the cabinet secretary for finance.
Yeah.
John Badi handing the president the certificate.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good. At least tumtoke kwa madeni bwana. But Rais was very categorical that he wanted to do away with the debt, so that he wanted to pay the debt so that we can be able to depend on ourselves in the future.
Oh, we can be able to borrow again.
Tutaomba wapi na pesa hakuna kula pale sasa.
Kama hiyo nimelipa Eurobond alitoa wapi?
Anyway, so we pray for the president. We hope that even despite the many promises that he made, we hope that he'll will be able to fulfill some of them or even most of them, given the fact that he's just done part of his term halfway. Yeah? So in the next half, we hope, now with the help of Raila Odinga, that is, ataweza kutimiza hiyo maneno yote. Hata hiyo tutaona Lions ikiswim, tutaattend hiyo parliament, ile Taplengei, unakumbuka Taplengei? kufinya kompyuta madola zinatoka.
Dola zinamwagika.
Hizo I hope tutapata hizo zote. And let's move on now, yeah? And moving on to some politics, Raila Odinga's Orange Democratic Movement has consolidated its superiority in parliament as it swept 3 more crucial leadership positions. Yeah, this is at the expense of former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and his allies at the National Assembly and in the Senate. Yep. And at the Trade, Industry and Cooperatives Committee, Ikolomani MP Bernard Shinali was elected as the chair, effectively taking over from Embakasi North MP James Gakuya, a very, very close ally of the former DP. The same script followed in the Health Committee, where Seme MP Dr. James Nakala was elected to chair unopposed. But the most shocking of all, and maybe even the most significant, was at the Budget and Appropriation Committee, where Kuharu MP Ndindi Nyoro gave way and was swiftly replaced by Alego Songa MP Mr. Samuel Atandi. Nick, sasa ni kama government imeingia opposition ama opposition imeingia government, yani ni kama githeri, hatujui tuko wapi bwana.
That's the nature of baba. Wacha baba aitwe baba.
But where would government concede such a committee like Budget and Appropriation Committee, which previously used to be the leader of government business in parliament? Why will the government cede such a position to opposition? You know, or so they are called opposition.
Whenever Baba enters into your house, definitely you have to put some order in it. Nakwambia hapa iko hivyo, hapa tunafaa hivi.
Sasa tuliambiwa itakuwa 50-50.
Doing that with the successive previous.
Oh yeah, he's done it, but he has a history.
He was even given the Sekjen of Kana some point.
Tinge kameza jogo.
Yeah. He shared power with Kibaki.
And then handshake. And then broad-based government.
These are broad-based government. The same players, change of uniforms. Yeah.
No, they're not the same players. One player is constant.
The same player, change of uniforms.
No, one player is constant. The other players want to change.
But
but it's the same game.
The same game.
Where? Sasa, I remember President Ruto, while he was the deputy president, while he was also campaigning, he was giving a lecture at the Charter Hall, yeah, in London, or London. Is it London or London? Nategemea. He really castigated the idea of government working with opposition. In fact, he's the one who said, you can't even know who is government, who is opposition. Government is in the opposition, opposition in the government. And he was very categorical that when he gets into office, he will never, ever do that. What has changed?
Yeah. You can remember the uprising of the Gen Zs. I think they sent some shock waves down the president's spine.
But President Ruto is known to be a very, very, very tough guy.
And I remember once he said that when he needed Raila, Raila helped him. And I think sasa ni kurudisha mkono anarudisha. Yeah.
Sasa ni kama anachunia Raila huku na huku.
Anachunia Raila kidogo bora ijaze kibaba.
Anachuniwa sana bwana. Budget and Appropriation Committee, Health Committee, at the same time wako na PSC. Yeah. I think what the government is maintaining is only the PIC, the Public Investment Committee. So it's like all the now jamaa bado at the same time they are claiming to be in opposition. What is nini inaendelea Kenya bwana?
No, Kenya inajipika vizuri. Yeah.
How can you be in opposition and you're chairing Budget and Appropriation Committee? How can you be in opposition and having
that's Kenya.
That's Kenya.
And that's politics.
Wacha baba itwe baba. Anyway, and moving on and still talking about positions, Public Service Cabinet Secretary Justin Muturi is seemingly daring President William Ruto to sack him from his position. Muturi, or JB as he is fondly referred to as, has written to his boss asking that he be excused from cabinet meetings. And in the same reference, Muturi also said that he is not afraid to be kicked out of cabinet due to his stand on what is believed to be a state-sponsored abduction of government critics. And despite his alleged fallout with the president, the former Attorney General insists that he will not resign from government, explaining that that will amount to an act of cowardice. JB said, and I quote him, "If I'm fired from speaking against abductions and extrajudicial killings, which is unconstitutional, and we as a government campaigned against it and vote that it will never happen under our watch, so be it, so be it." He then added, "I have formally written and requested to be excused from attending cabinet meetings until or unless the issue of abductions and extrajudicial killings is officially tabled before cabinet through a cabinet memorandum." Muturi's conditions or preconditions come even as his Democratic Party, DP, issued a 30 days notice of an intention to pull out of Kenya Kwanza coalition. Boss, Muturi, a runaway kid, brave, looking for excuse, ama ni nani?
So, unajua Muturi is ananifurahisha. You know, Baba is there. And once Muturi is sacked, definitely that position will go to the ODM. Trust you me.
But why haven't they sacked him? I remember Belgut, member of parliament, Koech, said that Muturi is on his way out. That was like 1 month ago.
Yeah.
What
Well, I don't know what the president is doing so far, but I've never known him for being a coward. Si afute tu hiyo jamaa basi tuone kile kitafanyika. Yeah, because Muturi is trying to dare the president.
And interestingly also, you know, president is always swift to answer his critics, but kwa history ya Muturi
it's tight-lipped.
It's tight-lipped.
Yeah.
Could it be an inside game ama nini bwana?
There should be something like that, because it's like Muturi knows everything, and whenever he tries to send his jabs, the president feels like, hey, ujamaa kwani kunaendaje? He knows something.
Oh, he knows something.
He knows something.
Hey, but that is very, very brave of him to stand against your boss and to even write him a letter saying that you excuse me from those meetings until this and this is done. That is bravery, or maybe a good playbook in politics. Or maybe he's planning to vie in, not Siakago, he was the Siakago member of parliament, in Embu. And now he's trying to build his portfolio as a defender of the people. So,
yeah.
Maybe that can also be a possibility. Anyway, we wish them well. But he's the only, you know, Gachagua only talked after ametoka. Huyu jamaa anaongea kama ako ndani. Hey. Anyway, mambo ni mengi Kenya. And finally, mathematics will no longer be a compulsory subject for learners transitioning to the senior secondary school. Yeah. Can you believe it, Nick? And of course, and without a doubt, this remains one of the most radical changes under competency-based curriculum, i.e. or famously known as CBC. Now, instead, students will now be required to take English or Kenyan Sign Language, Kiswahili, physical education, and community service learning as mandatory subjects. Nick, what could go wrong or what has gone wrong? Hii mambo ni kama sinema ya movie bwana.
Nick, just allow me to describe this as a drunk type of decision. I don't think if that person was sober when he came up with that decision or idea. One, if they really can scrap off mathematics as a compulsory subject.
Kwanza, let me just cut you short. Unajua hii serikali ni watu wanakunywa chai.
Lakini mtu ako sober haizi kuja na idea kama hiyo. That's one. Two, that means they should do away with KRA because it involves mathematics. The finance ministry, it involves maths. The planning ministry, it involves maths. They should ban banks from operating. Tutumiange pesa kwa mikono.
Hata makanga, inahitaji some math.
That is not a way of. Alafu
mama mboga
wamefanya watoto watafurahia sana. Unajua hata mtoto kama anajua hesabu lakini waseme hesabu ni compulsory, atawacha hataifanya. Even if he is able enough to do that. Yeah. Because they'll give way for looting.
Because you can imagine a country without maths.
Without maths.
Itakuwaje? Anyway, ni sawa, wacha tuone venye itakuwa. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned when we come back our thank you notes. Welcome back, folks. Welcome to our thank you notes. And as usual, we don't like ending the show without thanking a few people, a few things, or a few instances. So, Nick, we're going to thank a few people this week. Whom do you think we should thank?
Our government for taking care of Nduta's case, Margaret Nduta, who was held in Vietnam.
All right. Yeah. Let's thank the GOK. Serikal. All right. Okay, here we go. Thank you, the government of Kenya, through the Foreign Affairs Ministry, for intervening on behalf of Margaret Nduta in Vietnam. Nick, hii maneno imekuwa emotional kabisa, lakini at least gawa imeshughulika kidogo.
Gawa imeshughulika. And I read an article, maybe it was a fake blogging, or maybe there's a truth in it. The former President Uhuru Kenyatta intervened and had to make a phone call.
Is it President?
I'm told it's the former president,
Uko sure hii sio story za jaba mkubwa?
With every rumor there is always a kernel of truth. So the former president actually intervened. Yeah.
Because actually there was a statement from the PS for Foreign Secretary, Mr. Sing'oei, who said that he was almost saying that their hands are tied. And you know, keep in mind that these are laws that are not Kenyan's law, Vietnamese law. And then again, it looks like Kenya doesn't have prison exchange program with Vietnam, so it was going to be very difficult diplomatically. But we thank them because they've been able to at least delay it. Ilikuwa nafaa kufanyika Monday.
Execution ifanyike Sunday, okay, move to Monday.
So now it's until June.
Yeah.
Hey, we pray and hope that the lady is going to be at least be brought back here. Even if she's guilty, face your law hapa hivi. And you know, in Kenya we don't have that such a law.
No, we don't have that one.
The last time we executed somebody was in 1986.
Ochuka, yeah. Ochuka. Was it 85?
85 around there.
Yeah.
Mpaka saizi bwana. Hata labda tuko tumezaliwa ama wengine wenyu. So thank you very much the government of Kenya for doing, but hii kesi imekuwa tangu mbona wako interview.
In fact, in February the Foreign Affairs Minister of Vietnam was here. February 20th he was here.
Sasa waliongea mpaka last minute
and they never addressed that issue.
But at least
at least they have done something.
Yeah, so Kenyans can stay easy ikiwa wanajua kwamba mtu wao anaweza rudi ama itakuwa namna
hii. But Nick, pia sisi hapa Kenya tu tuna sheria kama hizo. There are these people from across the border, Uganda, wanapika changa hapa Kibera na those people should also be arrested.
Acha bwana. Acha hiyo story. Unajua Kenya na sisi ni Kenya, tuko watu wa sheria. But at least actually the thing with Kenya, sheria mara mingi ni watu hapa chini. Watu wa juu sheria sio yao sana. Anyway, thank you the government of Kenya for intervening in time to save the life or the fate of one Margaret Nduta. Nick, we should thank somebody else.
Yeah, Rigiji.
Rigathi Gachagua.
Former VP.
Rigiji. All right, let's thank sikuza naitwa Mr. Wamunyoro. All right, so let's do it. Here we go. Hii Nduta hii Foreign Affairs sijawapea bado, nitawapelekea. Here we go. Thank you Mr. Honorable or His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua for writing a guidance letter to your people in case you were taken out. Nick, who is planning to take Rigiji out?
Jamina Shangana Rigiji. Well, Nick, kwani Rigiji is not afraid of death?
Ameandika kama wili bwana, anasema ameandika hiyo barua in case wamchukue, yani wamtake, not akufe, in case wamtake out, that is the term, then his people can follow wenye ameambiwa watafuata. But even again, in politics is about you don't plan politics. Politics is something that happens by nature.
Yeah, it creates itself.
It creates itself.
Yeah.
Sasa yeye ameandikia watu bwana ati mtafuata hivi, mtafanya hivi, mtafanya hivi. Is that?
But when is he planning to go?
No, he's saying if they're planning to take him away.
Okay, he says they are planning. Definitely has a clue.
Lakini does that border on insanity, Nick? Okay, I'm not trying to insinuate anything, but why would somebody do such a thing?
All I know is that nothing can be done to that guy. It's politics. Yeah, ongee tu zake na government endelee kufanya kazi yake. Yeah, alishamaliza UDP, alitoka huko. So yeah, a plan for another political future itakuwa good for him, not for the people of Mount Kenya only, for him and for the rest of the country.
Anyway, he's covered. Hiyo ile time mcover kabisa. Hata kama tuseme walikuwa na plan kumnini, venye anasema hiyo plan iko nini. So thank you very much Mr. Rigiji for writing a guidance of what your people should follow in case you vamoose. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to tune in every Friday at 8:30 p.m. to catch up with Nakala Report only on Lookup TV. Thank you. Good night. Good luck. Yes, sir. Wow, I don't know how to